Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to Good Times with Tobikun. I'm your host, Tobikun. Hope you're all having an awesome week. It's almost a new year. We're getting closer and closer. We're all getting ready to prepare to hang out with family, friends, or just sit back at home and just watch the countdown from home. But either way, I hope you're all having an awesome time. As for myself, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a pretty good year. This year has been a good year. And what way to, to end it is by, doing one last episode before the new year starts and before this year ends. So hopefully, I see some awesome things coming my way, but I hope awesome things are coming for all of you guys as well that are out there watching or anywhere. For everyone, hopefully it's a good year to start something new, something fresh. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do one awesome game that I've been wanting to do right before this year ends, and that's Spider-Man Edge of Time. That's actually a pretty cool game. I haven't played that one in such a long time. Last time I played this game was realistically maybe towards the Thanksgiving season, actually the holidays, Christmas season, right around the late 2000s. So this is going to be awesome for me to kind of revisit and go from there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with Spider-Man Edge of Time for the PS3. So Spider-Man Edge of Time was released in October 4th, 2011. Of course, in Europe, October 14th, 2011. Of course, this game is by Activision, and Activision has held up a pretty good reputation when it comes to the Spider-Man games. They've done pretty well. Last one I think I played was Web of Shadows, and that was pretty awesome. I love that one, and even Shattered Dimensions was great. So maybe I might do Shattered Dimensions later. But so in this game, basically you're basically Peter Parker. Of course, you're Peter Parker. You're taking on Anti-Venom, and you actually get killed. So Spider-Man actually does get killed by Anti-Venom, but when that happens, it takes, you basically go back a little bit further and you actually catch up in Spider-Man 2099, which is the Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man. So he's basically doing this investigation, finds out that one of the character, this guy named Sloan was working for Alchemax, the one that's causing this whole issue where there's time disruptions and so with time being disrupted, he has to go back. He basically goes again, tries to interfere, and basically tries to take care of Sloan. But as it happens, Sloan happens to jump. Both Sloan and Spider-Man, basically 2099, basically jump in, and then you find yourself meeting up with Peter Parker. The present-day Spider-Man. So yeah, it becomes a collaboration of things. You're basically doing one level as regular Spider-Man, but if you die or you don't make it, it affects, of course, 2099 and vice versa. If 29 is doing his missions, it affects Spider-Man. So it's a pretty cool game, man. I always wanted to kind of replay it and just to give it a visit. I did beat the game before, so I just wanted to go ahead and play it because it is an awesome game. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna go ahead and fire up the good old PS3 and get started with Spider-Man Edge of Time for the PS3. Alright, so let's do it. Let's see what we're facing off. See what we're facing up against. Let's just waiting for it to load, and we're gonna see what we're up against today. Gotta forgive it is an older game, so on PS3 it does take a little bit of time to kind of load up and go from there. And hopefully it does remember my save point. Sweet. There we go. Sweet. And thus our story begins. Let's see how long it's been since I played this game. It's been since so December 27, 2011. Oh, it's been a long time. Just started a new game, so I like to conserve the memory, so 2011. Alright, so cool. Let's do it.
Eddie Brock, listen to me! Eddie! This isn't you!
No choice.
Eddie! You're not a killer anymore, don't you get it? You're not in your right mind!
That's hitting hard.
You're too slow to get away.
Driving it right now. Hang on, Parker. Just hold them off another few seconds. I'm almost there. Oh my powers! You can't.
Of course I can. Don't drag this out. You've gone as far as you can go.
You had no reason.
I didn't need a reason. Other than to make it easier to kill you.
O'Hara, it looks like you called it.
Let's finish this now.
Parker! Parker, are you there? Peter! Peter!
So if you guys don't know, anti-venom is the venom that can actually cure powers, or cure like radiation and diseases on even mutant. I think not on mutants, but well, yeah, mutants too. Earlier in the future.
I keep trying to tell myself that I'm just jealous of Walker Sloane's progress. It was only 5 years ago that he first showed up at Alchemax talking about harnessing energy from the fourth dimension. Now he won't stop until he's running the place. I know his type. He's thinking beyond Alchemax, aiming towards who knows what. He's the exact type of corporate monster I've sworn to rein in. Especially if he's mucking with time travel. The year 2099 might not be much, but it's all mine. And he's not gonna change it.
Alright.
He's been siphoning Alchemax resources into converting the Gateway and the old virtual unreality lab into something else. Something dangerous. I've tried talking to him, but he's got no time for Miguel O'Hara. But people make time for Spider-Man. Just use the convenient access to the ventilation system to get inside, and then Walker and I can have a little chat.
Alchemist ventilation system.
I've got to shut it down before he gets in over his head and drags everyone and everything down with him.
Wow, for it being 8:35 p.m., it's quite sunny out there still. Alright, so let's take a look. I like this game a lot, man. This first time I actually got to play as 2099. 2099 is pretty cool too. I think his Venom was a lot more worse looking than the anti-Venom and Phoenix presents. Spider-Man, Edge of Time.
I I see they've been keeping busy in the cybernetics division. There's a
Directed
lot
by
of shocking
Gerald.
robots down there.
Yaney.
During the day, as Miguel O'Hara, Alchemac's geneticist, I could have walked right in. But at night, the security protocols kick in.
Directed by Paul Gadbois.
Genetics lab. Without
Randy
that department,
Nicholas.
I wouldn't be the man I am today.
Miro Redux. It's pretty cool. Man, can't go wrong with the graphics, man. Story by Peter David, Ramiro Bellinger, and Gerald Linkley. Dialogue by Peter David.
Sloane's gotta be around here somewhere. I just know it.
It's composed by
You'd think the
Gerald
largest tech
Marino.
developer in the world could afford to carpet their air ducts for extra comfort.
Josh Keaton as Peter Parker. Christopher Daniel Barnes as Miguel O'Hara. This is the ultimate crawl, ultimate ventilation crawl. It's a big building, apparently.
There you are.
Holographic assistant online. How may I serve you, Mr. Sloan?
Hello, Joseph. Run a final check and initiate security.
Hey,
bioscans.
Val Kilmer as Walter Sloan.
Systems, Mr. Sloan. This won't take long.
Can't go wrong with Val Kilmer, dudes.
Bioscan sequence initiated.
It's all about the Iceman. Batman. And
Access to Time Research Lab granted, Mr. Sloan.
Mad Martiner.
Slow down,
Mad
Miguel.
Martiner.
Take your time. Don't want to get caught here.
Oh yeah, and that's Mad Martiner. Am I saying that right? From Willow. Or Mad Martiner, one of the two.
I knew he was up to something. Oh no, you don't get away from me that easily.
This thing's so oversensitive, an ant probably crawled into it and threw it out of whack.
An ant? More like a spider. I think it picked me up. Gotta get out of range.
Bios.
Intercept Walker Sloan. Newspaper unlock Spiderman Dread or Menace. Portal energy is used to buy upgrade and combat abilities. Healing energy replenishes health. Golden spiders are for upgrading health, shield, and stamina. Okay. Some gold spiders are hidden in the environment. Spider tracker blinks yellow, which when one is near. Other golden spiders are into combat. Spider tracker briefly blinks red when the current fight gives one. It's been a while, guys, so I have to get used to things again. Okay, so you can't touch those things. What about? Nice. Alright. Just have to get back into rhythm. I don't even know what's good or bad around here, so. Okay. Just got what I needed. Alright, let's get closer.
Gateway activation succeed. Time
what are you doing? Action figure unlocked, Joseph. Let's hope my Spidey skills are still good, guys. It's been a long time.
This thing's almost fully charged and I don't have a clue how to shut it down. Only chance is to get to the lab before it's too late. If I don't get there in time, he could actually pull this off, go into the past and tamper with who knows what.
I'm not going for top scores tonight. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Almost at Walker's lab. Almost at Walker's lab. Slow! Get back here!
And this is what you get for tampering with time, guys.
It's changed. Everything's changed. But it didn't start here. It started back then. Back around Peter Parker's time. And he can't fix it. Because he's gonna be dead.
It's an abomination is what it is.
Things change.
The newspaper man in the city that realizes what a menace that webhead is?
Oh, Jonah, indoor voice, okay? I'm trying to get Mary Jane on the phone.
People lionizing that freak. Next thing you know, there'll be a musical about him with a chorus line of dancing Spider-Man.
I'd pay to see that. Oh, Mary Jane, hi.
Welcome, next Peter Parker, Department K.
MJ, I would love to, but I'm working with Dr. Octavius in the genetics lab on a DNA project. I had to download a sample of my own DNA into the permanent Alchemax genetic files. I'm still waiting for some test results.
Permanent files, huh? Great, so 100 years from now we can clone you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, how about I come there and we grab a late dinner afterward, okay, Tiger?
Sure, it's okay. Anything for you, babe. And I love when you call me Tiger. It's like a blast from the past.
He did it. That lunatic actually did it. And I saw it all.
Intruder in Time Research Lab. Maximum force can be used.
Superman greeted. Spider-Man 29 so fast it seems he can't be at the two places at the same time. Press L2 to confuse your foes with your accelerated decoy.
Now, great. Robot sentries. Not sure I can take them right now. Maybe I can draw them off. Move fast enough to distract them with some decoys. Stop to rest.
That's the cool thing about him.
Mickey. Focus.
He's a man right there.
Oh,
thought you were fun.
Yeah, he's got claws. Not your typical Spider-Man either.
That's just a taste of what I can do.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm running out of power now. It's not a good image. On all these crazy yahoos and we're good. Got a golden spider.
Peter Parker.
Who's that? Who's talking?
Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man from 2099.
Are the other me's in my head too?
No, it's just me and you, old-timer. I threw together a chronal link program using a sample of your DNA. It's allowing me to communicate with you at the point in time it was taken. I just wish it was from earlier on. We have almost no time.
Art director, we spreading.
Until you're killed.
Until I'm what now? Because it kind of sounded like you said kill.
Listen,
You
a
guys
lunatic
just
named Walker
forgot
Sloan
you.
in 2099 created a time gateway. It was a one-way trip that dumped him sometime in the 1970s. He then used his advanced
Start
knowledge
a second.
to build Alchemax, years before it was supposed to be established, transforming your world and mine.
But I work for Alchemax. You're saying that's somehow wrong?
Completely. At this point in time, you earn a living taking news pictures for J. Jonah Jameson.
The late-night ranting TV news guy? Forget it.
You can't forget it.
Where does this so-called death happen?
Sloan's building another gateway on the 66th floor, so he can finally travel back and forth. I saw you being killed, right there.
By who?
I couldn't make it out. It doesn't matter. Get out of the building.
So a crazed killer can wander around the building without me to stop him? No way. Besides, if I find this guy somewhere else, then I'm invincible, because I can only die at the gateway, right?
It's not an exact science, Parker.
Meaning what?
You want to spend an hour getting a crash course on temporal physics? No? Then do what I say.
You've got a lot to learn about priorities, pal. I'm gonna do what I think is right, and that means going after bad guys. You want a Spider-Man who'll do whatever you want? Go play a video game.
What was that?
Alright, now we're classic Spider-Man.
Spider sense.
Newspaper unlocked. Wilson Fisk buys Daily Bugle. Dang.
Eddie Brock.
That was my lead scientific breakthrough.
But he's reformed.
Hostile intruder detected in sector AC-78.
Now this should be an animation like this right here. Based on this story. This is a cool story right here. It's like playing Pac-Man. That was close.
The elevator I'm in just changed into a closet.
Huh. Brock just tried to kill me with an elevator. Weird coincidence.
Maybe not.
Wait. Something I did here had an effect on you in 2099? That's impossible.
Well, theoretically, it's not. The idea is called quantum causality. The two gateways created a link between our times.
Like a wormhole through the fourth dimension.
Right. Normally changing the past just creates an alternate timeline. But thanks to the wormhole, what you do there affects my time, and vice versa.
So I can change things here, now, that can immediately change things in the future? That's amazing. Spectacular, even.
Amplify and expand Spider-Man's combat skills to help when facing bigger and tougher enemies. Access the upgrades menu unlock Time Paradox ability, which uses the forces of time to freeze enemies in their place.
So, this quantum causality, could it run both ways? Affecting my time as well as yours? Impossible. Because it's happening. All the bad guys just froze. And by that I mean, it's possible.
That's pretty cool. Deactivate actions generate residual dimension energy when glowing. The energy can be combusted into Time Paradox that freezes or slows enemies in their place. Alright, cool. Temporarily unlimited.
Parker, stop screwing around and get me out of this!
Okay, I'm not a time travel expert. How do I... Wait. What if I just trash the robotic research facility? Is that worth a try?
Anything's worth a try!
Stop yelling at me! I'm just learning about this whole quantum causality thing.
Learn faster!
Okay, I'm there. I'll destroy the prototype parts and we'll see what happens.
At least one of us will!
Oh man.
Come on, Parker. Regroup.
I can't believe a man's life is depending on a theory.
Believe it!
Still with me, O'Hara?
Faster! Faster would be better!
I'm doing my best.
Best! Not good enough!
O'Hara,
Race.
hang on! O'Hara, there's nothing left here to trash. Still there?
For the most part.
Did I turn
Alright.
into something else? Like, I don't know, kittens?
Yeah, small, metal, robotic, killer kittens.
Aww.
Thanks for getting me out of there. Kind of proves the quantum causality theory.
Just tell me who wins the next 10 World Series. That's all I need.
Oh, what?
You're killing me, O'Hara.
I'm not, but you will if you go to the 66th floor.
66th floor, I know. And we both know I'll do what I have to.
Okay, fine. If plan A, keeping you out of danger, isn't working, then we'll go for plan B. I'll get down to my own 66th floor and see if we can solve this thing.
I'll try not to die.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Parker?
All right, you got it.
Oh, great. Security. Shock it. Gotta get back up there fast, before Parker reaches his own 66th floor ahead of me. Parker, you hanging in there?
Oh, sure. Hanging, crawling, leaping.
sleeping. All part of the service. And you can stop worrying about me, Mommy. Especially since I'm the one who keeps having to bail you out.
I'll keep worrying until this is done. How close are you to the 66th floor? Parker?
Shut up. I just spotted Brock. I'll be in touch.
Parker! Parker, are you... Great. We've got to wrap this thing up before it turns into an even bigger disaster than it already is.
Okay. See, it's not cool.
We've been a lot of things to each other, Eddie, but you've never been anyone's patsy.
Oh, good. Stand there and call them names. Great plan.
Guess I'm scarce.
Eddie, listen. You've got a chip inside you that's making you do this.
Just make it easier.
The longer that thing's in you, the more it's rewiring your thinking.
No. No, it can't.
Parker, what are you doing? Because it's causing major problems here.
I've got to get the atomic energy regulators out of the way so they're not destroyed.
So, I'm in danger of frying from radiation because of explosions on your end?
Hey, you're the one who told me about quantum causality.
Yeah, well, now I'm telling you to fix this.
Sheesh, what a grouch. Causality.
Yeah, well, now I'm telling you to fix this.
Sheesh, what a grouch. Okay, O'Hara, the first regulator's safe.
The radiation level is dropping, but my costume's providing me some protection from it, but it's not gonna last forever.
Just give me a minute to take care of the other two regulators.
A minute's about all I have.
Alright.
I got the second regulator to safety. Is it still affecting things on your end?
Yeah, it's still dropping, but the cumulative effect, if it's not stopped entirely.
Have body parts started falling off yet?
No, I'm still in one. What do you mean, yet? Are you planning to make this go away or not?
You know, you gotta learn to lighten up. I'll take care of the last one. Everything will be fine.
You're not the one who could end up as a human nightlight.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh? This door should do the job.
Oh man, that's messed up. I have to go through all that again.
O'Hara, tell me you're okay.
Better than okay. I'm back up to full strength.
I hate to admit it, but this quantum causality thing of yours is actually pretty effective.
Oh, glad you approve.
You know, for something that makes no freaking sense at all. Oh, dead end. No, wait. There's an air duct. I can get to Brock that way. Back off, Eddie! You're a puppet! Fight the puppet master, not me!
Difficult for me, too.
You don't know what you're doing!
I know enough. You have to die.
Or we both can live!
You think you're so much better than I am. Acting like you're so worried about me.
I'm worried about what you'll do to other people. And yeah, to me. But if you can fight it...
He can't, trust me.
Oh yeah, I always trust people who are trying to kill me. So you're the head lunatic. Well, we haven't been properly introduced. I'm the guy who's gonna stop your plans.
Good luck with that. Anti-venom, finish him.
Can't!
Impressive resistance, but activating all the control chips, releasing your more bestial side, should do the trick.
Great. Self-heal. Nothing's ever easy. I'm warning you!
Wow. Hey.
What's going on?
I'm taking care of Brock!
That's the last thing you want to do. If you lose,
How about you stop talking? Because distracting me is not helping.
if you survive this, I may kill you myself.
You're too slow to get away.
Isn't you anymore? Okay, guess I can go back now and take out Sloane once and for all. Okay, great, no spider sense. No, no. Ah!
Trying to cure you.
Go cure yourself. Nice try. Didn't work.
Yes, it did. Now to finish the job.
Yeah. Round 2.
The chip they stuck in you is messing with your power. Fight it, Eddie.
You're about to die.
Eddie, don't you get it? This is your chance to take back your mind. You can end this now.
Yes, end this.
Good.
By ending you.
Fantastic. O'Hara, you might get to be right after all.
Believe me, that's the last thing I want.
Come on, Spider. Hold it together. Another few seconds. Just get your strength back.
Oh man, Anti-Venom's angry.
No, not this time.
Why the shock didn't he listen to me? I should have found a way to get him to listen.
What have you got me into the middle of, Walker? I'm just a scientist, for the love
Stop
of...
whining, Octavius. You knew I was out to change the future.
I didn't know the future was going to start fighting back. The forces we're unleashing with this quantum tunnel...
It's under control.
It's out of control, and Spider-Man is still alive to stop it.
We'll just send Anti-Venom after him. The gateway just needs a minute to recharge if it's going to send him through safely.
This has to work. It has to. No. The gateway's powering up.
Oh no, you don't! Bring it on, you pasty-faced patsy!
What the hell? The place is crawling with Spider-Man!
Don't worry, Anti-Venom will step on this one.
I don't understand. Why aren't Anti-Venom's powers draining his...
Because mine aren't radiation-based, if you have to know.
Didn't know, don't care.
You're just old news, AV. At your best. Nice try. I'm the new improved Spider-Man. His regenerator must have brought it to the surface. That's all you do. I'm not impressed. That's all. My power's don't drain. Now that's just sad. You gotta be kidding.
Oh, yeah. Where am I?
Parker, you're alive?
What the? Miguel? There's some kind of monsters breaking in. Where'd they come from?
Just keep calm. They're probably mutation experiments from the regeneration eggs in that lab. Most likely they'll want to eat you for raw materials.
Oh, good thing you told me to stay calm. That makes it all better.
I'll change things here to fix things there.
Here? There? Wait, am I in 2099?
Yeah, but if I destroy the regeneration eggs here, it'll eliminate the experiments there. Parker, you still with me? Parker!
Oh, I'm sorry. Sleeping on this head, mine's a little scrambled.
Peter?
I'm here, okay? Just hurry. I'm trying to break my egg, and it's hard to keep my sunny side up. Almost. I'm so weak. Body's not responding. I feel
what?
totally fried. Sorry, that was the last one, I swear. Guess in a minute, I won't be around to do anymore.
There's no way I'm letting you die.
Don't you mean die again?
Alright, so that was Spider-Man Edge of Time. What can I say? That game is very impressive. I mean, it's still a cool game to revisit. It kept me through my seat of my pants. It was one of those type of games I really enjoyed in the Spider-Man franchise. I gotta consider that from being from Spider-Man, Maximum Spider-Man into Maximum Carnage or Separation Anxiety, and then of course that first PlayStation game. This game's like one of my other favorites. And it's like one of my favorites for this day and age because it's very cool. It still lives up. It's pretty good. I mean, it's one of those games that I really wouldn't mind playing over and over. So now, as far as the way I see it, as far as the graphics are still spot on. They look clean, even if it's already 2019. Those graphics still look very good. It's like they did a lot of work just to make that game work, especially if it's just been on the PS3 and 360. And the Wii. So I would think, as far as the graphics, I give them a 9. Very spot on, clean. Imagine if you got a high definition or a cleanup or, an update. Man, this graphics would be even roaring even more. As far as the gameplay, it takes some time to get used to because you're juggling both Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099. Both those characters have their style. Sometimes you clash because you're doing one move, use Spider-Man's hyper sense where you could like run past everybody and still dodge bullets, versus Miguel O'Hara's decoy where you're thinking you're running but you have to avoid the decoy's path so you don't get shot. But the controlling, I give it like a 8.5 because the controlling is a little tough at first. As far as the music, dude, that music is awesome. It gets you into the mood of playing the game. You really get into it. You're really looking forward to, you know, what's going to happen next, what's going to take place, and who you're going to go. You know, it gets you in the mood for both the enemy music and, you know, the background, everything. Everything about it is pretty cool. So music gets a 9. As far as the storyline and the overall, it is awesome. It keeps you wondering what's going to happen next. First time I played it, I was tripping. I was like, hey, what's going on? Why am I going dimension to dimension? And pretty much I kind of summed it up, and it's pretty cool. I mean, this type of, if it was me, I would, this is the type of, this game should be pitched to be an actual animation. I know there's Spider-Man Enter the Multiverse, which is pretty cool too. But don't get me wrong, as far as, you know, for those that haven't seen it, yeah, Miguel O'Hara does come out towards like the post credits or the end credits, but really not enough. They didn't put him in as like a, they didn't give him enough showtime. You know, give him a little brief couple of minutes. He does do an how can I say, a debate with Spider-Man. They do go face to face, kind of talking to each other, but I would say I think the reason they did that because I know that Spider-Man is a little bit more he's a little bit more overwhelming. He's a little bit more tactical than the others. His mind thinks a little bit more differently. But I would think if they ever make a part 2 of that movie, then definitely Miguel O'Hara is going to be a big part of it. You probably find some more things to figure out and how to solve the multiverse and patch everything up, but it would still be cool just to see this storyline translated to an animation. I like the way this one was a little bit more like fast paced, and I bet it would be a big blockbuster if they ever decided to make it into an animation. So I would definitely get Spider-Man Edge of Time and realistically look into it. You happen to have your PS3 still, or Xbox 360 or a Wii, definitely get the game. I highly recommend it. Yeah, go get it, guys. It's an awesome game. You play it a little bit more, it's pretty sweet. I liked it. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite titles, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys. Well, once again, thank you all for joining me once again, and it's been a pleasure. It's been almost a year. The year's almost to a close, and it's been awesome to just kind of review back and forth also some classic games, some new games, some old games, indies. But you know what? I'm still gonna press on to the new year. Of course, you know, before the new year ends, stay safe out there. Be careful. Again, if you catch a ride with someone, definitely call an Uber, a Lyft, call some friends, or have just somebody be a designated driver on New Year's Eve. Or if you're just staying at home, again, just relax, enjoy the countdown. But for now, guys, wish you all a happy new year, and until next time, I'll catch you all on the flip side.